Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
Good evening, curling fans. Colleen, I think we should have a house party tonight.
We are having a house party. We're all in our houses. We're in our bubble. We're partying. Okay.
I tweeted it, so we are having a party tonight.
Yeah, we should have brought snacks. You always are tweeting about snacks.
Well,
and we don't even have a snack.
I mean, I am, but I actually haven't been tweeting about as much about the snacks this year because I can't see them.
Right. Yeah, you're all about the fifth end break snacks, as was I. I looked forward to fifth end break.
What was your snack?
Everything. We had a smorgasbord of fruit, of granola, of Snicker bars, of nuts. We had, it was a buffet is what we had. We loved it.
Actually, if I recall from one of our 1 million conversations, I think it was your team that kind of invented the fifth end circle snack chat.
Yeah, but we stole it from Kelly Law, truth be told. They were the ultimate circle team. Sit down, have a snack, cup of tea, the whole
a cup of tea. Hold on, a cup of tea.
Maybe not the cup of tea, but it became a thing. But then we really took it to the next level in terms of the smorgasbord. But let's talk about curling.
You're right. Okay, you're right. So here we are.
I feel like it's almost like we're going to be talking about the championship pool like pronto.
Well, I mean, we are getting a little bit of clarity, and then we're not getting clarity. A big win by Gushue this afternoon. I tweeted this morning, who would have thought that the Brads would have been coming into this day, both at 2-2. And then Jacobs got that win in a dramatic measurement.
Oh, and what a lovely shot. And just that, when we talk about it as a game of inches, you really see it on a shot like that, where you just flip it enough to make the difference. And that's a huge win for him, and a huge win, really. Is it time for boards already?
It's always time for the board.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. We haven't seen an electronic board for a while, so let's see.
You prefer that to mine? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm into this now. Okay, Gunner is 4-0. Unbelievable. Who would have thought this? Gunner in Manitoba against New Brunswick tonight for first place in Pool A.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And James Grattan is loving. See how boring real boards are? James
This is boring.
Is loving his underdog status. So it's just a lot. And the only perfect team on the other side is Mr. Cooey.
Mr. Cooey, 5-0, sitting atop. He's got some big games ahead and coming up. I mean, we talked about having a party tonight. Can you imagine the lineup? We have Benny Heebz. Then we've got the horses from Quebec. Then we're gonna end it with Greg's.
The horses are gonna come in. Yes, keep going, and then Greg.
And then Greg.
If this isn't a fun show, then we don't know fun.
We don't know fun.
All right.
So you're right. You just showed the standings there. It's getting really excited. We mentioned the big win by Gushue over Nova Scotia. McDonald was out of his mind last night. He took the entire province of Nova Scotia on his back last night to win that game. Lost to Gushue. Gushue needed that one. They're now 3-2. They've got a pretty light schedule now.
That's a good and bad thing, by the way. I was looking at Gushue's schedule. I have it right here on another board. When you look at Cooey at 5-0, it's Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec. Every game is going to be an intense game with those three teams. Epping's got Quebec, Cooey, and PEI. Dunstone's got Cooey, PEI, and Nova Scotia. Gushue's got PEI, Newfoundland, and Nunavut. So Gushue can't bring anybody down.
Right.
He has to kind of look at what's going on up in this party and wonder, can somebody give him a help? Can they make sure teams drop to 2 losses? So,
all right. Well, let's bring in Benny Hebert, a favorite on this show and a fan favorite around the world. And you just showed that schedule, and so we'll get his reaction to the schedule. But before we do that, Benny Hebert's done a lot of winning. And you talk about a guy that likes to have a party on the ice. Let's take a look.
Hard, Benny.
Make this run back, stick it for one. Maybe get the blank. You're going to catch it.
Yes, you will, and you'll get it to the back and add 2 more. And congratulations, Kevin Toohey. So into the top edge of the button goes Ben Hebert. The corner put up by Denmark. Kevin Toohey. Make it go away. Rattle, squirt, little bit more, away it goes. World Championship for Canada. For a 4th championship. Kevin Toohey. Yep. Heebz. Flat. Newfield calling. Have they got this for Ford? Holding, running up, banging, running across. They're going to touch it far enough. Oh! And they did it for 4 championships. Kevin Toohey.
He did it all game.
They hold that curl there. To finally raise it high, as they are the Canadian men's curling champions.
Bravo! We didn't even bother with the Olympics.
Hey, those are good memories. Those bring a smile to my face to go back and look at those. Those are good times with a lot of fun teammates, and yeah, I cherish those for sure.
You know, I forgot about that incredible shot that you guys made to beat Botcher in the Brier final, because the other day we had Dacey about his incredible comeback against Furby to win it, because a lot of people thought that was, but that shot was a holy moly piece of art.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't. That certainly wasn't the upsets or the dramatic finish. Maybe that Dacey had to beat Ferb. I remember watching that. You know, in shock like everybody else. He was a big underdog and the big lead Ferb had. I remember that pretty like it was yesterday. But you know, ours was. I think just the pressure of the moment, and obviously last shot to win the Brier is amazing. I mean, Kevin makes that shot. My guess is probably 8 or 9 out of 10. But in that situation, it's a lot tougher. And we just made it by half an inch. So it was a good celebration that night.
You know what I love about it, Benny, other than you're sweeping and almost looking like you're going to break the broom leaning on that thing, but because you didn't know if the rock stopped in time or not, the delayed celebration, and I've watched that so many times, you have the delayed response where you're looking over the house and then you go, we did it, you know?
Yeah, I was. I think I just had the best view. I kind of had the closest angle to see what stone was shot, and as soon as I knew the celebration was on, and bear hugs all around. So, you know, I've won a few Briers, and not all of them have went down to last rock, where you get to kind of. I mean, you always want to win on last rock if you could pick a draw to the button or a run back to win. But I would take 3 or 4 up coming home and have no stress either, right? Because you know those big shots to win could go the other way, and then it's no fun. But anytime you get a win, the celebrations are always epic.
Have you ever broken a broom while sweeping?
Only once, but it was, I think it was pre-cracked. You remember back in the day, I think it was a performance broom when they came out with them. I think like it was at the back of the sheet, Colleen, and you know, a rock kind of hits up against it and it kind of gets a little micro crack in it. And then I remember going down to sweep. It was in Lloydminster at the Wayside Classic. I was curling with Kevin Martin, and yeah, I went down and swept, and bang, shards all over the ice. And yeah, but I think it was already cracked. I'm not going to pretend like I'm stronger than the carbon fiber brooms. I'm not, but they hold a lot of weight. There's a lot of big dudes out there these days scrubbing.
And what about not sweeping?
Oh, I got a closet full. But you know, I'm getting better. I'm maturing quite a bit. I haven't broken a broom out on the ice in probably, I bet, 5 years. I think I've done a good job in the locker room. Me and Johnny Moe used to put on a locker room show for everybody back in the day, but we keep the tiger in the cage pretty good until we're off the ice after a bad loss normally. But I haven't done that in a long time. But
now if you break a broom in anger after a bad shot, I mean, you don't get the broom back.
Yeah, see, that's why you gotta. Yeah. You're right. That happened to Darren. That happened to Darren Moulding when we played him at the trials in 2017. He smashed his broom, and then he had to use I think his other broom the rest of the game, and he didn't make another shot. So think we all learned from that lesson.
You keep the tiger in the cage.
Yeah.
Benny, you're back with Johnny Mo, and it looks like you guys have a fire. You guys look like you're 5-0, you're rolling along. But what's it like to have Johnny Mo back on the team?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, these are the events you want John Morris, right? I don't think Johnny Mo's getting out of bed too often for the regular WCT events that we go to. That's not really what drives him, but that also is not really the events we want to win, right? You want John Morris on your team at the Brier and provincials and Olympic games and trials, and he's a big game player with a lot of experience. And with him sitting on the sidelines there and us having an average year last year, we knew we needed that extra kick, and he's really given it to us this year, and this week he's been excellent. And yeah, we're off to a good start, but I mean, we got a long ways to go here. I know we got a couple tough games tomorrow, and then we played great though. We've been playing good even against the teams that we should beat. I mean, you got to have those games in this field, with 3 teams making the playoffs, an upset here or there, those sting in the long week when you got to cross over and play Botcher and Jacobs and whoever else, right? So to get that big win against the Goo, I love that rivalry. We've played them in a bunch of Brier finals, and they've won 3 out of the last 5. We won 2, and then we won the trials. Everyone always says they're up on us because 3 Briers to 2 out of the last 5. But, there was an Olympic trials in there that I think counts as a major championship. So I like to think it's 3-3. Yeah. So, and I love playing those guys. I mean, there's certainly a rivalry there, but a lot of mutual respect. They're great players. And, those games, I mean, I don't know what it looked like on TV, but to play in it, it felt like there was a lot of good shot making, and it felt like a real good battle out there. So I enjoyed those games a lot.
To that point, I tweeted out, Benny, the intensity in your guys' voices during that game signaled to me that it felt like a playoff game. So you ask that question from our vantage point, you could absolutely feel the intensity of that game.
Yeah, it felt like that out there, not only on our side, but their side too. They know how important those games are against the top teams, and so do we. I mean, hey, they love beating us, so I'm not going to pretend like we don't love beating them. I mean, it was a good win for us, but it's so early in the week to start looking down the road. We have a big day tomorrow against 2 teams playing pretty well, so we're nice to have a day off today and rest up and get refocused for the morning.
What did you do on your day off in bubble land?
In the bubble life, yeah, no. Well, we woke up. BJ ordered us some coffees from Starbucks, so that was nice of him. We had a team practice, went and matched some rocks for about 20 minutes. Came back. We watched the curling this afternoon. Had a little nap. Played some PlayStation. Did a little yoga. Busy day around here. And then I think the boys are ordering in some salmon tonight. We're gonna do a little fish off tonight. I think. I don't know where we're getting it from actually.
I'm hoping it's Atlantic salmon, but I guess BC's closer. So
yeah, exactly.
You talk about it being early in the week. You've got Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec left, but with only I know we talked about this with you for the Scotties and the women's, but with only 3 making the playoffs, is it becoming moving day for this portion tomorrow and tonight.
Yeah, I would say, Wednesday, Thursday is a little bit more a moving day than just tomorrow. I think the next 2 days, well, obviously that makes a little, because going into the championship pool, but.
That's Wednesday's tomorrow. I would call it moving day.
I would have thought that the pools would have been a little bit more clear of who was going to be going to the championship pool by now. But like you say, as one of the favorites going in, you don't want to get upset by, hey, if we lose to Gushue or if you lose to Epping or Jacobs or Botcher in good games, I mean, those are the teams that are supposed to give you good battles, right? Saskatchewan's playing great, but you don't want to lose to the teams that maybe you shouldn't lose to. So those ones can be expensive at the end of the week. And, we talked about, making sure we take care of our business when we're supposed to win, you win. And we've done that so far. And I mean, we can't control who we play at what time of the week. We don't care. We've been in this event lots. We know you got to run through everybody, right? So, we're really, it sounds so cliche because I know everybody says it, but like it's one game at a time. And we're really not even looking at Epping until we get to Dunstone. So that's what we're focused on right now.
You're looking at your salmon dinner.
I can't wait, actually. I'm pretty hungry right now.
You're like, let's get on with this. But before we let you go, I think we have some photos. I think yellow is your color, Ben, these jerseys you're wearing. I mean, look at this. You guys look great in these unis.
I'm not going to lie. I do look good there. That's a good angle for me. The over the top angle where it hides the double chin, making me look a little shredded. I like that there. But when we got the unis, I took a video and sent it to Nicholas Sedin and Anna Hasselberg and said, we're Team Sweden this week. And I said, I'm okay with that. They're good curling country. So, we love our unis. I mean, they're beauty, and we're happy to represent Wild Card or Sweden or whoever the hell we're representing. So we're happy.
Just wait.
When we just saw one of those photos with Mike, Dr. Mike, going in for you, first game in, 25 years, really?
Yeah, so Mikey is our team athletic therapist. As we've gotten older here, we started using him with when Mark Kennedy had some hip trouble. We started bringing him to events, 2016 Brier, 17 trials, Olympics, and then he came with us to the 19 Brier as well. Actually, he came with us for the last 5 big major events. Whenever we play a big event,
cool.
12, 14 games, he's always there. He's a chiropractor ART, but he lives here in Calgary. He's my guy that I use, and he curled in high school. And, playing none of it last night, it wasn't out of disrespect for them. They were great guys. We were trying to, even give them some tips on the ice. And, I think they totally deserve to be here. And them being here, I think we'll get some, maybe a little bit of excitement in the junior program there that the Nunavut team gets a spot. And I think they're going to get better. They got one young kid actually on their team who's a pretty good little player right now. And,
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, he throws it really good. The rest of them, obviously, they're not at the caliber, but I think long-term they get some reps and they get some young kids starting a program. Yeah. You could see them being okay down the road too. But Dr. Mike hadn't played in 25 years. He played in high school, and his dad's a huge curling fan. So I know I got a long week of sweeping here ahead of me in my shoulders and my back. So I sent Mikey in for 2 ends, and it's a highlight of his life. We got Burnsy to get out there and get a couple good pictures of him. So maybe we'll have to frame one of those up for his offices when we get back.
Yeah, and to your point about Nunavut, I can totally remember when Newfoundland and Labrador and Nova Scotia and PEI were going to the Brier and the Scotties and getting their 1 or 0 wins. And so growing programs, in my opinion, is beyond huge. So glad to hear their junior program is doing so well.
Awesome.
Listen, somebody on Twitter wanted to know, what do you think of Wayne Madaw's? How nasty was Wayne Madaw's shot to win there?
Well, here's the thing. I love Wayne Madaw. I love him.
Who doesn't love Wayne Madaw?
No, not everyone loves Wayne Madaw. So I was growing up. Wayne Madaw was my favorite curler. He used to win the SGI Charity Classic every year in Regina with Graham McCarroll and Tet and Scotty B. And then I got on tour and started playing, and it was like that was the team I wanted to play against, right? And I've got to be friends with Wayne over the years, and he's a great guy. And, I was questioning when they brought him to come. I'm like, can Wayne even slide? Like, he broke his leg in half. I hadn't seen him in years. And when I saw the first game they played on TV, I was intrigued to watch him. He's throwing it so pure. And we were actually standing behind the sheet today when Mikey McEwen's rock just stopped a little deep there. And I'm like, triple, round the horn triple here for Wayner. And just to see 10, 15 years ago, everyone just walks off the sheet as soon as Mike's rock stops there because Wayne's going to make that. He's just such a great hitter, and he throws it so good. So when he made it today, the celebration of their team with Timmy and Scotty Howard, it was awesome. And not like I'm cheering for anyone else to win or lose, but to see Wayne come back and do that, I had some butterflies going, and I was even fist pumping quietly behind the sheet. So that was a great shot, and you always want to see that at the Brier. And I haven't decided if I want Wayne to make the championship pool or not yet. I haven't decided that yet, but no, that was a good shot. I'm happy for Wayne. He must be in his glory right now, being back and playing so well.
Yes, pretty epic story.
All right, we got to keep moving. Benny, you got to go eat. We love you. We love you on the show. Okay, so thank you as always.
Now I'm hungry.
Okay, see you.
Good to have you. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice to see Skipper Cooey so red hot too.
So red hot. We got to keep moving here. We've got a lot to get to tonight. We're going in the house, the fan portion, and this is really exciting because this is a fan of the game that a lot of fans of this game know very well, Colleen. We're going to Nipawin, Saskatchewan, and we're bringing in Dee in the house. Dee, how are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you. A little nervous, but wonderful.
Don't be nervous. It's a party in the house.
Yes.
And you're invited to the party, and you've got the hat for the party. Tell us about the hats. A lot of curling fans know about the hats, but tell us about the hats.
My sister Skip brought them back originally for a fun thing to do with their team. They wore them one year to a little bonspiel in Duck Lake where we lived, And the following year was Roar. My sister said, we'll be able to find each other if we stand out. So she ordered more, and voila.
Voila.
Voila. He gave us Grant and I permission to just go with it. It brought too much attention to her, and she likes to drink. So
Telling secrets now.
no, it's
everyone knows.
Well, no. Awesome. Dee, you have been to so many events. You've had so many great moments. We were talking about meeting, and there's a great picture of you and Grant, and I think that's Hans and Judy. Is that right?
You're right. It sure is.
Where is this photo?
This is in Melville at the Saskatchewan Scotties, the last one we had.
Yeah, and is that the real Scotties trophy in front of you?
I believe so.
In that photo, yeah.
Awesome.
I used to call it my trophy, but now everybody else is winning it. But listen, our question of the day was, who's the most underrated player out there? Did you have a thought about that?
Ooh, underrated player. Ooh.
I think I got that question right.
Yeah, you got that right. We've seen some good. I mean, it's
good answers. Guy Hemming, some people thought. Jim Cotter, people thought.
Yep.
You know, Jim Cotter. Yeah, that would be a good one for me, because I don't think anybody takes Kirk Myers for granted. So I'm not going to say he's underrated.
Yeah.
No.
Who do you like this year, by the way?
Well, she's in Saskatchewan. Why'd you think I brought her on, Call?
She's wearing yellow, so I thought she might have switched to Ben. I thought maybe she switched to Kevin Cooley's team.
You know what? I'm a fan of the game, but some of the players on the Saskatchewan team have been so amazingly kind to me in the last year. So I and of course, like, they're good.
Yeah, they are.
They did so well last year. I'm really, really hoping we do even better this year.
Mm-hmm. And who does Dunstone have tonight?
He's off. I think his next game's Cooley, right?
He's got Cooley and then PEI and Nova Scotia. So interesting finish.
Because Dee, we know 41 years is enough.
Too darn long.
Dee, any last thoughts? I mean, you're such a part of the curling community. That's what this show is about, a curling family. And any last thoughts you want to share? It's so great to see you.
Just a shout out to the parents of the players. Some of the players have been very good to me this year, but oh my goodness, the families have just been over the moon kind to me. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for raising such great kids and being such amazing role models. There we go. Yeah,
that's beautifully said. And that's a beautiful hat. We'll always find you in a crowd.
Fun. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dee, I know you've been through a lot. And so lots of love your way. Take care of yourself, and great to see you on the show.
Absolutely. Everybody's been through a lot this year. So y'all take care of yourselves as well, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Dee. Enjoy the curling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice having you with us.
Bye-bye. Awesome.
Yeah, that was well said.
Very well said.
Parents have raised some pretty good kids out there curling. No kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what you were doing.
You knew?
I knew. Here they are. We heard so much about, because it was Laurie St-Georges who told us about Feed the Horses, and then our Montreal family told us about Feed the Horses. And here are the Stallions. And out of the stable and onto the show is skipper Mike Fournier joining us tonight. There he is.
And I did bring some oats. If you feel like you need a little more nutrients as you
I think we do.
It's time to feed the horses. Just the quick oats. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
How do feed the horses start?
Feed the horses. When I started playing with these guys about 3-4 years ago, William at Zion, who's our fifth man this year, is also like a history professor, by the way. So he one of the problems I was having when I started playing with these guys is I wasn't used to playing with such big sweepers. So I wasn't throwing it to the sweepers enough, which is key to winning at this level, right? So William said to me, he said, Mike, he said, in ancient times when armies went to battle, the best generals always said, feed the horses first, because that's what we're going to ride to victory. So then every time I would get in the hack, he'd say, feed the horses, which meant throw it to the sweepers. Yeah. It was really just a positive way of saying, let's throw it to the sweepers, but it became a thing and everybody started calling us the horses. So we went with it.
I love
it. Love it. Maybe tell us about your experience so far. We've seen some thrilling shots, some exciting action. There you are on the ice, Mike, but maybe just describe what it's been like so far from your vantage point.
Well, I mean, it's been great. It's the Briar. I mean, after a year of not doing anything, it's been spectacular. You know, I mean, obviously we're 3-3 and I'd love to be, 4-2, 5-1, but we are where we are. I think we're taking it one game at a time. I know that's the biggest cliche, but we're enjoying the curling. We're playing as well as we can. We're, I'd say we're kind of playing as we would have expected. We're sharp sometimes, and then you sometimes make that mistake, the sweeping call we missed or the soft release that we missed just from lack of reps, maybe. But all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with how we're playing. We're having a lot of fun. We're enjoying it. Our attitude's been really great on the ice. The guys have been great. It's been a lot of fun.
What are you looking forward to as you go forward? Because let me just pull up the board. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of.
Do I have them in the right side? There we go.
Yeah, we got a couple easy games left. I think we're in good shape. Shouldn't be a problem at all. I think we saved our easy ones for last. So Epping, Kooi, no problem at all.
I'm just looking.
No, but seriously, we've played these guys before. We've had some success against them in the past. I think we'll be giving it our best and playing to win.
It's interesting, Mike, to hear you talk about not being so sharp in some parts of the game. And the viewers have asked me about this throughout all of that, about the rust going into it and some of those intangibles that you can't prepare for. Can you explain a little bit more and how you guys have worked through that communication as this has gone?
I mean, I think we were definitely worse set up than anybody in Quebec, because they really shut down from the beginning of the season. Like, we weren't allowed to play a curling game this year. Up until January 8th, all we were allowed to do was practice. And we couldn't have more than two of us on the sheet at the same time.
Wow.
So, I mean, we never threw a rock with two sweepers and then somebody calling the line, before we got here. And then after January 8th, they closed completely all the curling clubs in Quebec. And they only opened up 2 days before we left. So, our practice was completely different this year. Obviously, normally we'd have played a bunch of tournaments and been more prepared. But even just practicing, we couldn't practice throwing team shots together. So it's been a big transition. I'm amazed at how well it's going, quite frankly. For Felix is playing a new position at second, Martin coming in at third. He's fit in really well, and I think we're doing great. But, I think we went into this just with the expectations of saying, let's just do our best, play our best, take it one game at a time and see where we get.
We saw you during the press conference, the Zoom call, after one of the games, and you actually sang a few words of Let It Go. So how inspiring was watching sort of the attitude and spunk of the Quebec women's team at the Scotties for you?
Oh, that's great. Obviously we're big fans, right? Like Felix and Laurie have been going out for a while now, so we know we hang around with that team a lot when we go to tournaments. Lottie is a member at Glenmore. She plays with us and practices with us all the time. So it was really great to watch them do well. I've known, I've seen their work ethic and I've seen their attitude for a while. So I kind of knew what to expect. What I didn't know to expect is just how quickly they would get there, though, and how quickly they would play that well. So it was awesome to see. And honestly, their attitude was very inspiring. They took everything in stride. They'd give up a 3 and be smiling. They'd take a 3 and be smiling. They didn't matter. They were always just smiling and having fun. And I think it really helped them do what they did.
That's my last question for you. Watching last night, you made a shot that I don't think Russ or Cheryl or anybody thought was there. And I think you went down and looked over and you said, just believe. And then you did it and it happened. Where does that come from? Because we saw St-Georges and her team have such joy, and you seem to have so much joy on the ice, Mike.
Yeah, well, I love the game, and I love those kind of shots too. I mean, whether it's playing in the club for a beer on a Tuesday night or at the Briar, I mean, it's fun to throw curling shots and make shots like that. So I saw it. I thought it was there. I think if I hit a centimeter more, I think it might have been for like 3 or 4 too.
Right.
It was fun to throw, and you just got to believe sometimes.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know what? It's going to be. I think it's still going to be an interesting finish. I don't think the horses are ready to go back in the barn yet. So good luck. And guess who we have coming in too?
Right now, Laurie St-Georges is
Hey, let's change
in the wings. So we could bring her in for a second, and then we'll let Mike go. But so why don't we bring in? We have her as Elsa.
Fournier.
LSG, how you doing?
Oh my God, such a star. Woo! Woo! You're hot, man. Yes. You're doing great.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. How is it? Like playing at the Briar and everything? So much
It's
fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. Well, it's your second one, so you're used to it, right?
It's
Old
true.
hat.
Yeah.
Old hat.
Awesome.
Elsa, aka Laurie, any parting words for Feed the Horses?
Oh, honestly, you guys are just doing great. Honestly, it's so nice to watch you guys play, and I mean, it's nice to see Felix on TV. But you guys are just doing great. You're making a lot of shots, and hey, go get them for the last game. So keep going. Keep having.
I needed you in the fourth end today. I forgot to let it go. held my outturn a little too long on that one.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, but you're doing great, Mike, and keep going with the team. Honestly, you're doing awesome.
Yeah. That is a problem
Thanks.
for me too, by the way, Mike. Sometimes on that outturn, if I hold on to it too long. Whew. Not only is the hog line right there all of a sudden. Hello.
Mike, we'll let you go. Thanks for being on the show. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
I'll send the oats to you.
And hello to you. You're back.
Hello, I'm back on track.
Nice to see you. And you know what? She heads to the mixed on Monday, mixed doubles.
Oh yes, so exciting.
Have you been able to practice since you got back to Quebec, or are you still in quarantine? Or did you have to quarantine when you got back?
Yeah, well, I'm at home. I'm in Quebec in Laval, and I'm staying at home. I'm seeing nobody because I have to do a quarantine of for Curling Canada, it's 2 weeks before, and so yeah, I'm staying at home with my dog, watching curling, watching Felix. But yeah, it's so exciting to actually go back in the bubble, even if I have to do 4 other COVID test. Oh, that's such a nice picture.
Oh, cute.
So yeah, it's honestly, I'm so excited to just play mixed doubles at a high level this year, and especially with Felix. And it's gonna be fun to actually play against men's, right? It's different, and they're good shot making. So yeah, I'm happy to compete in mixed double.
Yeah, I love mixed doubles. It's so fast, and the game is over, and I'm like going, what just happened?
Oh yeah, for sure. And me and Felix were talking so much on the ice. Sometimes I'm looking at the time like, oh my God, let's be ready.
Yet the options are so many that you feel like you've got to discuss them all. You know, so it's
Oh yeah, it's such an aggressive game, right? And it's all about the soft shots. And at one point you have to run a rock with a big peel, and boom, everything explodes. But yeah, I'm kind of rely on Felix on that. He's small, but he's throwing a lot of weight.
What's your communication like on the ice out there?
I think we're having a lot of fun, honestly. I think it's pretty good. With him, I kind of have not a guy mentality, but if I'm like sometimes with my women's team, like I choose my words, right? And with him, it's more like, okay, I'm on the broom. No, okay, fine, next one. Like, oh no, you were hot, you were off. So next one, okay. So it will be a bit more intense, but we're just having fun, and it's so great. I have so much confidence in him. I think he's, well, maybe it's cheesy, but he's such a beautiful athlete, and yeah, he's a good shooter. So yeah, I'm gonna rely on him, but I'm gonna make some good shots.
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it wasn't cheesy. And just bring the oats for the horse, because
I know with Elsa, and I call him the pony because he's smaller than everyone else on the team. But Elsa with the horses is gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good for sure.
Can't wait to watch. What was the most important lesson you took back from the Scotties to apply for next year, by the way?
Oh.
Look at Colleen with the tough questions.
I know. I mean, tough question.
I haven't had to think about it yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, for sure, like we want to go back. But hopefully there's going to be tournaments to prepare ourselves, right?
Right.
But yeah, after mixed doubles, we're not doing anything. And yeah, next year we're planning to actually do a lot of spiels, make some points. But yeah, I honestly, I just want to go back to the Scotties. It's such an amazing feeling to be there and playing against legend. They're all legend, right? Playing against Jenny Jones, Anderson, Sherry, Anderson. It's just amazing. So I want to go back, and yeah, we're gonna try hard to go. So yeah.
Should we get some predictions before we move on? Will you do that for us, Laurie? Colleen's going to get any opportunity to bring the board out.
Any opportunity at all. Here's what's happening tonight at the Briar. Oh, right off the bat, Northern Ontario and Alberta, Jacobson Botcher. Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a big match.
What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I love both teams, but I have a little crush for Botcher. Honestly, he looks so cool on the ice. He's such a cool guy. I mean, so I think I'm gonna go with him. Yeah.
All right.
And then wild card 3. That's Mid Howard. We're calling them. I think we called them Mid Ward last night, but I've switched Devon to Mid Howard.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds better. Up against British Columbia's Laycock. So 3-1 versus 1-3.
Yeah, so I'm going with wildcard. Honestly, Meda, he's just a legend too. He's making everything, so I have to do him.
And the next big game, New Brunswick and Manitoba, 4-1 versus Gunner at 4-0.
I love the East Coast. I love the East Coast, so I have to go with Grattan for sure.
And Yukon and the Northwest Territories, one of them's going to pick up a win tonight.
Wow. Ooh, that's going to be tight. That's
going to be a game, isn't it? It's going to be well-earned.
I'm going with both. I want both to win.
Okay. Elsa, I like how you chose teams. I like the East Coast. I like a legend. I have a crush on Botcher. That's not what you said. Don't scientific. You didn't even go with
this is
playing 88% as a team. They're on fire.
Oh yeah.
This is how rumors start.
Right. Don't tell my boyfriend.
It's so good to see you, Laurie.
Well, it's great to see you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back in the show.
Yes, it's so fun to talk to you guys.
We didn't even make you sing.
Oh, it's fine. Well, I did a little video for Felix when he was playing against Gushu. I was sending power to him, right? So it almost worked.
Ooh.
Close game.
I know, close game. They're doing great.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, good luck in the bubble. We'll be watching you.
Yeah, and send them more of that. Or what was it?
Yeah, more of that.
More of that.
Exactly.
Got it. Nice having you there.
Thank you so much.
Subs.
Thanks.
Bye, Laurie.
Keep watching.
Okay. Yeah. We're closing. We've been waiting. We've been talking about bringing on Greg Smith. The fans have wanted him, and now finally he arrives. And what an absolute gem of a shot, Colleen. He made
something. Oh my goodness. It was a fabulous. And what did he say? Push and pray.
Push and pray.
Push and pray. And I love that. Like I said, yeah, that is an epic terminology that we should all pull out when you just have to kind of. Yeah.
I mean, let's watch it.
Yeah, it was a toughie.
Who cares? We're on 7-1.
Yeah, well, might as well give it a go, right? 7-1.
I love his attitude.
He's got a point, Kathy.
He does.
This has to be the big backswing here. Let her go.
There you go. A big rock from the rock. Here we go, Smith.
He's got the rotation too.
Labrador. Come over and up. Oh, and goodness gracious.
There's no one here. I feel the need to clap.
The crowd would be on their feet.
That's outstanding.
Wonderful. Big backswing, full extension, extra rotation. That was a good shot.
Called and made.
Those around the horns are usually tighter together, not so deep.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I expected a leap, Greg. What an amazing shot.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're so excited. I mean, that was like so far the shot of the Briar.
Yeah, I couldn't give a really big celly because I was down 7-3. So I had a lot of work left to do to get back in the game, but it was something. I got in the hack. I was going to throw a board waiter, and I was like, it's probably not there. And then we were down talking about that, and I just backswing, extra rotation, and boom, chuck it.
You made it look easy, but you know what? Well, you didn't do a big celebration, Sally, on the outside. What was going on in the inside? Were you like, oh, that was so good?
A little bit. I didn't really think that much of it. Greg was on the back, so I gave Greg a high five, and he was like, Twitter's blowing up, and I was like, I'm down 7-3. So yeah, I didn't think of a ton of it at the time, but I guess it was a lot harder than what
I tried to draw it up. I've got my little board here for you.
Here we go, Greg.
That's how special this shot is. I didn't have enough rocks, so this is the yellow one, okay?
Yes.
So you're coming down this, you're hitting this one.
Yeah.
That's the red rock for it. You hit this one, just enough.
Yeah.
Did it ricochet off the back one and up?
Yeah.
And then, and next thing you know, it was two. I see that again and again and again. That was awesome shot.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, who have you heard from? Because Twitter's letting up. You're on the TSN challenge. You're trying to get all of Newfoundland and Labrador behind you. They always are. But who have you heard from about that shot?
Well, a lot of people back home and a lot of people on the internet. It was good, and I never ever thought that in a losing game I'd be the highlight of the night or the winner 2 days now in a row at TSN 1v1. So I'm gonna take it. I mean, it's good.
Yeah. How's the experience been for you? I mean, we just heard from Quebec, and they were talking about the lack of practice for them and all of this sort of stuff. No games. I know we saw you in Halifax. Did you come to the Mayflower Spiel too, or did you just go to the Stu Cells? I can't remember.
That's the Stu Cells.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the Mayflower one. So we're going to be at that one next year. Hopefully be a normal year, across the country, God willing.
Not normal. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Normal.
We got to practice a lot. We got to play a lot at home. We got to play, within the Atlantic bubble. But the biggest thing was, St. John's Metropolitan going into lockdown.
Right.
About a week after we won. So, it was hard then because we didn't really get to throw and get to practice. So, when you really want to amp up, you don't get that opportunity. But we're very grateful. We're very blessed that we had a season, that we had a provincial.
Yeah.
And, there's no complaints ever being, here at the Briar. So it's good,
Greg, Colleen and I both were watching the live stream of the provincial final, which I'll get you to describe because it was a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
But with Gushue being Canada and this opportunity. I mean, what an opportunity.
It's like your team Canada too.
Exactly. But tell us about what that's like to know, you got this Brier opportunity and then the craziness of the provincial final.
It was wild. I mean, it's been a wild season for us as a team, really, because we didn't. There we are. We didn't really know what our team was going to look like. Even probably in that last week going into sign up for provincials. So we ended up having Evan and Greg Blyde, and then a couple days before registration, we said to Evan, we need to get your brother to play, and then he said yes. So in the provincials, we had a really solid week. We played really well. In the final, it was topsy-turvy, upside down. It was a bit of everything, but it's a huge opportunity, for Newfoundland Labrador curlers whenever, Brad is here. And, I think it's going to help us to be better. And even though we're 1-5 right now, it feels like we should be a couple more wins, especially against the horses from Quebec and against Cooey. But getting here, getting some more experience is huge, and I think it's going to pay dividends for our curling careers.
Nice.
That's my son calling for. Oh, you know who it is, Greg? It is Luke. It is Luke. Luke, I'm not. We got Greg Smith on the air. Drop by the house. See ya. Bye.
We're doing it live.
Greg knows Luke. I'll turn it on.
Greg, an awesome moment. We have a photo, I think, Sofa, the brothers, and their dream coming true. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Look at that. Unreal.
It is amazing. God love them. They're two spectacular humans, great teammates. And it's such a full circle moment to see this happen. And I can only imagine how they feel and their parents feel. And his teammates were so proud of them. Yeah. It's really quite a moment. It's amazing.
Yeah, those are the McDonough boys. I think they live in Truro.
They're from Truro, and they live in St. John's they go to Memorial.
Yeah, and their grandparents were my sister Stephanie's godparents.
Come on.
It just shows you there's always like 2 degrees of separation in the Atlantic provinces.
Exactly.
So that picture was taken at the Brier in Halifax when they were 10 and 11 years old. So for them, it was when Kevin Martin was doing the gold medal tour of Canada. So they were by the Brier. So for him to be so excited to meet Kevin and Johnny Moe and now to curl against Johnny Moe for the McDonough boys, that's an awesome moment.
It's amazing. It's
Okay.
Did you show his sizzle reel yet?
We're about to right now because
cover boy at your TSN moment, did a good job of that.
We're gonna get you to break it down for us, Greg, but we have a little bit of a sizzle reel for your charisma. So let's watch that and then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Anytime, Greg. I think that's Stephen.
I think that, yeah.
Cool, absolutely. Okay, so.
Oh, she needs one take.
I want the match.
Okay.
4 foot for the single.
Newfoundland. So what it is for Cooey as he's heavy Smith. We mentioned this is his second appearance.
Whoa, no, get off. No.
Look at this.
Relax.
And there it is. Quiet, just touches it enough, and that will be for 2.
Relax is the non-thrower.
I love
That ties it. You bet. Here he said, he said that I want to simplify things this year. I've been here before. I know what to expect.
Oh, no, get off. No.
Maybe not. I just love his animation. He is loving every second out here. He's a joy to watch.
Passion.
And they're tied at 4.
Oh my gosh. I'm a whack job.
No, you're so wonderfully authentic and you're so joyous on the ice. It's a pleasure to watch. You can tell you love being out there. So you're not a whack job. Okay.
Greg, have you seen Colleen rolling on the ice?
I have. So you know, but good company, gum chewing,
Great company.
charisma,
Yes.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I wondered about that, about the gum chewing. I noticed that.
He's barely chewing. You call that chewing? He's barely. My God, what a rank amateur at that. Honestly. You used to be able to chew, man. What happened?
I know. I have a little bit of a canker sore this week.
Oh,
so
that
it's not really going in my favor. So as
Oh.
opposed from going to the 15 plus pieces of the game, I'm only at about 10. So
Yeah.
I'm gone by the doubles, and I'm, you know, in fine form.
You gargle with salt and warm water tonight.
I have. Well,
Yeah. Well, do it more because you got to.
Hold on. We have one more photo. You and John Epping took a beautiful photo, Greg. It was tweeted out by Curling Canada with the pride flag. And maybe, you know, as a gay man myself, this is a beautiful moment to see you two waving the pride flag and being so, as Colleen said, so authentic and open in the field of play. Was it hard, Greg, at times for you to be that open and authentic in curling throughout your career?
I don't think necessarily in curling. I mean, curling is an amazing sport with amazing people, and it's becoming more and more diverse in every aspect, and it needs, you know, more diversity. But curlers and curling has been great to me, you know, throughout my entire life. But obviously, you know, being a queer person, there's challenges in sport, and people underestimate you, and then they lose to you. So it is what it is.
Bam.
Yeah.
Oh man, I needed that.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So who do you finish with?
We have Nunavut, and I'm having none of it.
You have none of that.
No, we had a great chat with them today, so we'll have a great game with them tomorrow morning, and then we finish with some Guju guy from The Rock, who's the reason that we're here.
What's it like? What are those games like for you?
It's great. You know, any opportunity you get to play the top teams in the world, you're going to learn something. And, you know, whenever you get to give them a game too is even better. So hopefully we get to do that. But, you know, it's fantastic. So you learn some stuff about strategy. You learn some stuff, you know, tendencies, tolerance. And, you know, you only get better by playing better teams, and getting to play against another Newfoundland team for the second time for me at the Briar is so special. It's going to be great. The Newfies back home are going to be going nuts. Hopefully we pull out a dub or an upset or something.
Yeah, their tendencies are they make everything, and their tolerance is they make everything. So just that's what you're going to look forward to.
I mean, around the horn for 5 is what I need.
That's
right?
I will be ready to draw it up. Okay,
Perfect.
I will be ready with this, the magnets.
That looks
and
like
this is what Greg is going to do.
That looks like a messy house. Quick, before we let you go, a quick shout out to Leslie Ann, Coach Leslie Ann, who's just a gem of a person. There she is, Greg.
Mm-hmm. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's added so much to our team as people. She's phenomenal. She's coached and played at, you know, many nationals for Newfoundland and Labrador, and she's certainly one of the top coaches this country has. And all kudos to her, what she's done with us. And technically and strategically, we're much better this year than a couple of years ago. And she's really elevated our game and as individuals.
Nice. Coach has put in a lot of time. Nice having you on the show, Greg.
Thanks so much.
We'll see you at the Mayflower next year.
100%. Yes, it's always going to happen.
It's happening. It is happening.
It is. You can't leave Atlantic Canadians away that long.
We got to bring the Atlantic Canada bubble back.
I know, that was cool.
I think you guys kicked us out, and then we kicked you out, and then New Brunswick we kicked out, and yeah.
No, it'll get back together.
Okay, let's get back together. Let's bring that Atlantic provinces. Let's you and I make it happen.
Exactly.
Good to have you with us.
Awesome. Good to see you, Greg. Good luck.
Thanks. See you guys.
Awesome. See you. Okay, Cole, we're 6 minutes away. What a show.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. We had the horses, we had the oats, we had Elsa. We didn't even bring in her outfit again.
I don't know how you do it. Like, where are you finding time to think about the oats and where did
you know what? I went down to eat and I was thinking I should have some porridge because I was hungry. And then I said, hey, we got the horses on. Oats up. That's it. Anyhow, tomorrow.
Let's wrap it up.
It's going to be a big show. We don't even know.
What's happening tomorrow?
Stuff, Lisa Wiggle and Trooper.
And Trooper as a halftime show. It's Lisa's dog. And I heard maybe a rumor, Kevin Martin?
And I have to go write Kevin Martin right now. Yeah, he said he'll be there tomorrow. Yeah. And Scotty Pfeiffer. Right. Okay.
Scott Pfeiffer. Oh, we got a show. We are.
I'm going to go. I am now going to go and cook up my bed lunch of oats. Okay. That's what I'm going to do.
Feed the horses, eat your oats, and any last life lessons, Colleen?
I'm gonna phone my son and say, don't call during showtime.
Doesn't Luke know?
He knows, but I'm gonna call him now. Okay,
you gotta go. Bye. We'll see you on Twitter.
See you tomorrow. Thanks, Soph.
Thanks, Soph. Good night and good curling. We'll see.